Professional Softball from 1997 to 2022 by Alyssa Luna. Throughout history, there has been multiple softball leagues. The first ever softball league was created in 1997 called the WPSL, also known as the Women's Pro Softball League. This league included 6 teams such as the Carolina Diamonds, the Durham Dragons, the Georgia Pride, the Orlando Wahoos, Tampa Bay Fire Sticks, and the Virginia Roadsters. This league lasted about 4 years, all the way up until 2001. And in 2002, the MLB decided to become developmental partners with the league, and they helped launch 6 new teams in 2004. So with these changes, they decided to rename the league to the NPF, also known as the National Pro Fast Pitch League. This was a league that I remember growing up watching as a kid. I actually attended a few games as well. I'm from Chicago, and they had a team out of Chicago called the Chicago Bandits. So this was just a league I remember watching growing up that had great competition. They always produced a lot of great players, many Olympians as well. They produced, such as Jenny Finch, Kat Osterman, and Monica Abbott, just to name a few recognizable names in softball. So I would say that the peak of this league was from about 2009 to about 2018. In 2018, the Florida Pride decided that they were no longer going to come back to the league, which was really shocking because they were the title holders of the 2018 season, and for them to announce that they weren't coming back was a big shock. They just weren't going to renew their contract, so that was a big bummer. The league lost a lot of viewing, because that was their most recognizable team in the league. So the Florida Pride basically became an independent team. They were competing against other professional teams around the world, such as some national teams or other independent league teams as well. So that was just the start of a downfall for the NPF, sadly. But in 2020, COVID obviously hit, and the 2020 season did not happen, and neither did the 2021 season as well. So with the lack of revenue those 2 years, the league decided that it was no longer going to exist. Fast forward to now, 2022, they are trying to bring back the NPF, but rename it and call it the WPF, Women's Pro Fast Pitch, which is really exciting because I would love to see this league come back again. This league has not started yet, but they have already gained new teams and investors as well. One of the new teams' names is the Florida Vipers, and they recently have signed Jocelyn Alo, record home run hitter this past year in collegiate softball, from Oklahoma, which is really exciting. It's really exciting news for the team and the league as well. They also have Lauren Chamberlain, record home run hitter as well, as the commissioner. So these are just some really big names in softball, and it's really exciting to see what the future holds with the WPF. Since there hasn't been much softball going on since 2002 with the NPF, since it no longer exists, Athletes Unlimited, created by Jonathan Soros and John Paterkoff, decided to build a softball league within their company. So their company has multiple professional leagues in it, such as basketball, lacrosse, volleyball, and they decided to add softball into their company as well. So it is a new softball league that was created by them under the Athletes Unlimited company. So basically, since there wasn't much softball going on during COVID, they added a few games into their league, and it was very successful. It was a league that was led by players. It had a lot of player involvement in their decision making, which drew a lot of attention because as a viewer, you're going to want to see the decisions that one of your favorite players makes in the league. So that brought a lot of attention to the league, as well as they don't have traditional scoring. They have a lot of leaderboards, and you can see the leaders in the league of different stats. So that's a way that they are gaining viewers as well. They also had a lot of broadcast deals with big names and other media outlets such as ESPN. So their league is just growing as a whole overall. And recently in 2022, they have raised $30 million in funding with big names such as Kevin Durant. So this is just really exciting news in the world of softball, and as a new league, for them to make these great strides is just really great to see. So I really hope to see more from them in the future, and this is just really great to see overall. Overall, I would say that women's professional softball is a critical theory, and its category is sports and gender. The reason I say that it is so critical is because women's softball has never had anything more stable league-wise in about 10 years. A league hasn't lasted more than 10 years. So I would say it's critical because it's great that so many opportunities are arising for these female athletes, although nothing has ever been really stable. So as a collegiate softball player myself, you can't really look forward to something for too long, just because you never really know how long it's going to last for. So that's the only reason why I say it's critical. But there are some positive outlooks to it as well, just because there are multiple opportunities arising in softball overall as a whole. So professional softball